Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Supriyati, lecturer at STI Bambang, Surabaya. On this occasion, I would like to present research in which the title Tax Compliant Intention Experimental Analysis Toward Belief, Feeling, and Attitude. The change of tax regulation proves that there is a development of socio-economic life and the people of a country. Therefore, the tax regulation are part of the economy, which is always dynamic. The first tax reformation started in 1983 as the government effort to increase the revenue of tax. However, this kind of effort only can be effective if the society as taxpayer has a high tax compliance level. Conversely, there is a taxpayer tendency which occurs viscerally in the both developed and developing countries. The taxpayer have an aggressive response towards tax obligation that tend to avoid paying tax through legal, ethical, and/or administration reasons. Braithwaite found a motivational posture theory as a new approach to identify tax-compliant behavior. This approach creates beliefs, feelings, and interrelated attitude related to tax-compliant behavior, which led the individuals to find their tendency on tax payment to their attitude toward tax authorities and tax regulation. Before the attentions, previous studies have explained two factors that refines the level of tax compliance. There are tax audit strategy and tax sanction. In the framework of motivational posture theory, therefore, the study aims to investigate the effect of tax audit strategy and tax sanction on taxpayer compliance with depreciation of the individual different motivational posture. Motivational posture theory itself describes two orientation of tax compliant behavior. First is the positive orientation, which includes commitment and capitulation. Second is the negative orientation, which includes resistance, disengagement, and game playing. Thus, there are five attitudes shown by the taxpayer regarding their compliant behavior. Tax audit strategy is a series of activities to search, collect evidence, process data, and other information in order to determine compliance level of tax obligation in two ways, by random and fixed strategy. Meanwhile, the sanction is the driver for taxpayer to pay the tax according to the applicable tax regulation. In Indonesia, the sanction take a form of money sanction, interim sanction of 2% up to 48%, and increased payment for 50% or 100%. Hypothesis based on the motivational posture theory and literature reviews, the research proposed four hypotheses. First, it is predicted that the compliant intention will be determined by prospective taxpayers who have positively oriented posture motivation than those who have a defined orientation motivation posture. Second, it is predicted that the compliant intention will be higher in prospective taxpayers are given the fixed tax audit treatment than those who are given random tax audit treatment. Third, it is predicted that higher tax sanction can increase the intention to comply with tax rather than low tax sanction. Fourth, it is predicted that high tax sanction and fixed audit strategies can increase the intention to comply with tax rather than low tax sanction and randomized audit strategies. This study used a 2 by 2 laboratory experimental method to capture the level of intention to comply with the text. Each independent variable is manipulated into two situations. The text audit is manipulated into a fixed and random strategy. Tax sanctions are manipulated into high and low amount of sanctions. Analysis of covariate is used to test the hypothesis since the motivational factor is measured and used as a comparator in the model. In detail, the research involved four variables. The dependent variable is tax compliant intention, while the independent variable are tax audit strategy and tax sanction. Meanwhile, motivational factor acts as a covariate which consists of 29 same indicator categories into 5 types of institute as have been mentioned before. The last figure shows the mapping experiment treatment. The experiment was participated by the 17 accounting undergraduate students at Airlangga University. Before the experiment conducted, the instrument was first tested took a pilot test to 48 students of STEA Perbanas Surabaya. The first measurement is for the motivational posture of the participants at the beginning of the experiment. The statistical result shows that the taxpayer motivational posture tends to a more positive posture. Then the participant was randomized into four treatments, and the second measurement for the level of tax complaint intention was conducted in response to the given treatments. The statistic confirmed successful randomization. After the data has been collected, the NCAFA was utilized to test the hypothesis. The results show a difference in the level of tax compliant intention based on the tax sanction. However, there is no difference in the level of compliant intention based on tax audit strategy. In detail, the first result of this study shows that the audit strategy does not affect the level of the customer intention, or hypothesis one is not supported. A tax audit is when a law enforcement function to self-assessment system in order to improve tax compliance. However, it is only can be optional if the inspection activities are conducted with experienced professional following applicable tax provision focus and based on specific strategies. Therefore, without the inspection, the tax audit strategy is less optimal to effect taxpayer compliance. Now, nonetheless, random audit strategy is more suggested to minimize errors and non-compliant taxpayers. Therefore, several reasons taxpayers choose not to make a tax revision before revision when the potential tax audit is done. One, the taxpayer assume that paying tax has become an obligation of every citizen. So taxpayer also assume that so far the government has provided various facilities and ACNS such as tax amnesty that oriented use tax payments. And three, taxpayers who are mostly private sector tend not to have staff or tax employees so that when the tax examination finds some irregularities, it will harm themselves. On the other hand, the second result show that the provision of taxation has a significant effect on the increased intention to comply with the tax. In other words, hypothesis two in sport. In the end, the study confirms that as the key to optimal tax revenue realization, taxpayer compliance is still relatively low. Nevertheless, the results show that based on the motivational posture theory, most participation are positively oriented in response to tax sanction, with in fact the level of tax complaint intention to be high. Therefore, tax sanctions are found effective in reinforcing the level of taxpayer compliance. That is all for this research presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.